The Lost Queen of Rome. Long before Amir Arsalan became a legendary hero, before great battles were fought and impossible adventures began, a kingdom was falling into darkness. The kingdom of Rome was rich, powerful, and respected throughout the world. Its king ruled with strength and wisdom, and its people believed their future was secure. But hidden within the royal court, dangerous enemies were gathering. Ambitious nobles and powerful conspirators secretly plotted against the king. They desired the throne for themselves and would stop at nothing to seize power. As their influence grew, the kingdom became increasingly unstable. Rumors of betrayal spread through the palace corridors. Loyal servants whispered warnings, while enemies prepared to strike. At the center of this growing storm stood the queen. She carried within her womb the future heir to the kingdom. The unborn child represented hope, legitimacy, and the continuation of the royal bloodline. If the enemies gained control, neither the queen nor her child would be safe. One night, everything changed. The conspirators launched their plan. Chaos erupted throughout the palace. Loyal guards fought desperately to protect the royal family, but the enemy forces were overwhelming. The queen was awakened by urgent knocks at her chamber door. Standing before her was Khwaja Noman, a faithful servant who had served the royal family for many years. His face revealed the terrible truth. The palace was no longer safe. There was no time to gather possessions or prepare for a journey. The queen had only one choice. She had to flee. Under the cover of darkness, guided by loyal companions, she escaped through secret passages hidden beneath the palace. Behind her, the kingdom she loved was being consumed by treachery. Ahead of her lay uncertainty. The journey was long and dangerous. Enemy riders searched the roads. Spies watched villages and towns. Every stranger could be a threat, yet the queen pressed forward. She was no longer protecting only herself. She was protecting the future. Days turned into weeks. The queen traveled far from her homeland, eventually reaching a distant land where few people knew her identity. There, stripped of her royal status, she lived quietly among ordinary people. Life became difficult. The luxuries of the palace were gone. The comfort of servants was gone. The protection of armies was gone. But one thing remained: hope. Khwaja Noman stayed by her side, reminding her that destiny often begins in the darkest moments. The enemies believed they had destroyed the royal family. They believed the kingdom belonged to them. They believed no one would challenge their rule. But fate had other plans. For within the queen grew a child whose name would one day be remembered across kingdoms. A child who would become a warrior, a leader, a legend. His name would be Amir Arsalan. And this was only the beginning of his story.